Well, first stream of the year, and that was a lot of fun. But it sucks that we're down to nothing. And oh shit, now it's 3-0. Well, looks like I know what I'm writing for the recap tomorrow morning. Oh, looks like I got a phone call. Hello? They did what? What are you talking about? No, it's 3-0 halfway through the game. That doesn't sound right. Well that's awesome, but then what? Oh, I bet Oiler fans are mad about that. Skinner did what now? Well, Wolf was Wolf, so that's pretty normal. Then what? Wow, I guess I have to reshoot this whole thing that I was gonna do for tomorrow morning. Wow, that's absolutely unbelievable. Mind-boggling. Well, I can't really believe I'm saying it, but you can put it in the win column. That's right. Good guys win 4-3 in a shootout. Would not have called that in a million years after getting on stream yesterday, but my first game day recap is a Flames win. And boy, doesn't that feel like last year. And it should, because it's basically what happened last year. The Flames look pretty down, look pretty flat, and then come back from 3 goals down in dramatic fashion and win the game. Also, I called a couple of things in my preview video, and we gotta talk about those. But first, let's go in order here. This game starts, and I'd argue the first 8 to 10 minutes are fine. It's low event, it's tight checking, it's emotional. The Flames look engaged. They're not generating very much, but they're not giving up very much either. And then they take a penalty. And boy, you do not want to take a penalty against this Oilers team. I'm a homer, and even I absolutely know that. The Oilers make some beautiful plays. It's a tap-in goal on a cross-crease pass, 1-0. And really, after that, the Oilers are dominant. They quickly make it 2-0. And boy, after that first period, it's looking bad. 9-4 shots against, and just purely dominant by the Oilers after about the 10-minute mark. And so we go into the intermission, and the Oilers make another beautiful play, tap-in goal. It's 3-0. And then it starts to sneak up on you a little bit. The Flames have a couple of shifts where the forecheck gets engaged. They have a couple of shifts where they force some turnovers. The Oilers are a bit more sloppy with the puck. There's a bit of what looks like score effects. And then the Flames get a bit of a lucky bounce. Now, Matvey Gritton is driving wide, and he throws it in front of the net, just trying to make a centering pass. And it hits Noah Phillips' foot and goes straight through Stuart Skinner. It's a bit lucky, but Matvey Gritton led the Flames in shots today. If you think that guy is going back down when Huberdeau or Pospisil come back, that is absolutely the wrong decision, because Matvey Gritton showed he belonged last night. Even when the Flames were flat and looking out of it, he looked like an NHL player. And it's 3-1. And then the Flames, it happens all the time. It goes straight to their legs, like it did last year when they were coming back. And they draw a penalty and start hammering away at the puck. There's a scramble in front, and I'll be honest with you, this looked like a high stick to me. Oiler fans got a case here, but ask me how much I care. That's right! Not at all! Because the Flames are owed about 30 years worth of video review calls for all the pain we've been through over the years. And Connor Zary, he did wait. He waited as long as he physically could before the defender would have interfered with him. And it was, I guess, just barely enough, but woof, that looked pretty high. And then, my goodness, something happens to Stuart Skinner at the start of the third period. I don't know if his controller disconnected, if he had some kind of medical episode, or what the hell happened to Stuart Skinner. He just sort of, it was one of those dump-ins where you dump it in on the goalie to see if he's going to give up a rebound. And credit to Skinner, he didn't really give up a rebound, but after it hits him, he just kind of lets the puck sit there by his stick, and he must think that Evan Bouchard's gonna come and, take it from him. But at some point, you have to have some just on-ice awareness and play that puck to the corner. But he just kind of doesn't and lets it sit there for a second. And Blake Coleman, with an absolute hustle play, taps it in from in between Skinner's legs and his stick. It's a weird one, just like the Gritton goal, just like the Zary goal. The Flames won this one weird, but it's 3-3. And my oh my, all of a sudden Rogers Place is very quiet. And after the 3-3 goal, it kind of settled back into what it looked like for the first 10 minutes of the game. Much more technical, much more structured. There's some chances either way, but it's a lot of structured possession. And the Flames get a couple of power play chances late. And boy, that power play really looked like it needed Zane Parekh or another puck mover yesterday, because it just looked so disjointed. And yes, in the end, the Flames do get a power play goal, but this was not a good night for the power play. And when you have chances with 1:37 to go to win the game, now that carried over into overtime, and the overtime version of it was a little better. But with 1:37 to go, the Flames don't really do anything with the chance. And if you're watching the game at that point, you're probably thinking the Flames still find a way to scrape a point, but lose the game. And instead, we go to overtime. The Flames have some chances on the power play. Dustin Wolf absolutely shuts the door, as he did for 2 periods in overtime. And even when it was 3-0. None of those goals are on him. They're all tap-ins on either missed coverages or Andrew Mangiapane absolutely lighting up the Flames, because of course he did. But Wolf shuts the door. Flames get some chances. Skinner finds his controller, I guess. And we're off to a shootout. And it doesn't get off to a great start because the Kirkland signature move actually gets stopped. But Morgan Frost pulling out the almost stop but not quite and then snipe it after Leon Draisaitl does some absolutely stupid things and beats Wolf like it's not even hard. The Flames hit a couple of posts in that shootout, and on our end, after the Draisaitl goal, Wolf is making the shootout look pretty routine on some pretty good moves. He does have to kiss the crossbar one time against Kasperi Kapanen. And then in the 8th round, Kadri roofs it. The Find-A-Way Flames win 4-3 in the season opener. And get on the plane. Get on the plane before somebody changes their mind. Let's not pretend that was the formula. But, hey, you got the 2 points. And it looked an awful lot like the team from last year. And, it's a good start when it didn't look like one. Get on that plane to Vancouver. Couple of things I wanted to mention from the preview show. I called Andrew Mangiapane lighting up his old team, even though I cut it out of the final edit of that video. But something I very much wanted to highlight that was in the final edit of the preview video is that the Flames had a distinct advantage in goal. And Dustin Wolf was by far and away the better goalie in this game. If he didn't absolutely have no chance, he was stopping it. 32 of 35, 7 of 8 in the shootout, 6.5 if you don't really want to count the crossbar, I guess. But absolutely, wow. First game of the year against the Oilers, and he absolutely lived up to every billing. And Stuart Skinner is having Oiler fans looking like Superintendent Chalmers tonight, just screaming Skinner at the top of their lungs, because, my goodness, a couple of those goals, yes, the first one is off of Noah Phillips' skate, and you don't really plan for that. That's always a tough save, but it's a save you'd like to have, especially up 3-0. Not much you can do on what Oiler fans are going to call a high stick. And let's be honest, even I said it was probably high, but I'll take the inconclusive ruling. Thank you very much. But that third one is just, like, that's an inexcusable gaffe. I know you thought Bouchard was coming to help, but you gotta have some presence of mind there, bud. The Oilers lost points in this game because they, once again, do not have the caliber of goalie they need to have. And I absolutely love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. Something else I absolutely love to see is Mackenzie Weegar being a leader. He was physical, he was strong defensively, he was engaged, and that penalty in overtime where McDavid's trying to pull away from him and sort of does the stiff arm grab on Weegar, and Weegar grabs him back, and only Weegar gets a holding penalty. I'd be slamming the glass with my stick too. That's ridiculous. Call both or call none. That's the new version of the Gretzky factor. If you're gonna take a 10-minute misconduct to protest the refs, that is the time to do it. Game was gonna either run out or be a power play goal in overtime for the Oilers anyway. So absolutely let your emotions out at that one. It was the wrong call, and luckily the Flames and Dustin Wolf managed to kill it off. Whew! Alright, so as I mentioned, the Flames got on a plane right after that game, like that IKEA commercial with the lady yelling, "Start the car!" And they play in Vancouver tonight at 8 o'clock again. No stream for that one, but after the lines come out, we'll do the preview for the Vancouver game. I imagine we see Devin Cooley starting that one. I want to thank everybody that watched the stream yesterday. That stream did extremely well. My next one's gonna be Saturday for the home opener, and I can't wait to talk about it. This is the first game day recap. Good guys win, bad guys lose, and the Golden Knights lost too. So, Flames win, their lottery chances still go up, everybody gets what they want. Thank you for watching, and go Flames!